Well, what scares me the most is I don't see a way if we don't talk to each other. That's where there's no solution.
Try me. Trump 2020! Trump! 4 more years!
Make America great again. Donald Trump.
What's up, the internet? Angry Asian here, and I'd like to start by saying I actually really like Joe Rogan and Jocko Willink, but they both suffer from the same issue most people who become successful do. They don't have enough time to look into things and come up with a reasonable opinion on them. That's why so many upper middle class people vote Democrat, because they just see the headlines and don't think to look any further than that because they don't have the time to do so. So they trust the people whose opinion changes based on what cause will get them more clicks.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
So in Joe Rogan's most recent podcast, Joe and Jocko had some really dumb takes on current issues that I wanted to point out since both of them have big reaches and everybody knows Jamie is sitting there steering the conversation in a leftist idiot direction. Here's the two of them talking about The Rock running for president.
I think the answer, let's get Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I agree with you.
He's the guy that could really, I think, unify people, and I think he would have to run as an independent, and I recommend he does it right now.
I get it. Everybody loves The Rock, but he doesn't have the backbone to stand up to the regressive leftist mob. He spent his time after WWE being loved. How's he going to feel when he has to make a hard decision that is lose-lose? Here's his take on Black Lives Matter.
Of course, all lives matter. Every single one. All lives matter because we, as Americans, we believe in inclusivity. We believe in acceptance. We believe in human rights. We believe in equality for all. That's what we believe in. So of course all lives matter. But in this moment right now, this defining, pivotal, explosive moment where our country is down on its knees, the floorboards of our country are becoming unhinged. In this moment, we must say the words, Black Lives Matter. Where is our compassionate leader who's going to step up to our country, who's down on its knees? And extend a hand and say, you stand up. Stand up with me. Stand up with me because I got you. I got you. I got you. I hear you. I'm listening to you. And you have my word that I'm going to do everything in my power and until my dying day, my last breath, to do everything I can to create the change that is needed to normalize equality because Black Lives Matter.
Why wouldn't he come on and say, hey guys, I get it, you're angry, but police officers aren't out there hunting down black people. Black people are hunting down black people. And if we talk about Black Lives Mattering, we need to start the conversation with black on black crime, since most crime is intra-racial, not interracial. Then Jocko comes on and says this.
So, same thing happening in America right now. There's no kind of voice saying, hey, everyone, this is what I just saw on this video. This is what I just saw. This was a heinous crime. And by the way, my ears are open, and you know where I'm coming right now? I'll be in Minneapolis tomorrow afternoon.
First off, George Floyd's death happened in a Democrat state and Democrat city with a Democrat mayor and a Democrat police chief. All these leftist retards throwing a hissy fit over a statistical non-issue are proving is that Democrats are racist. Why would anybody want to go there, by the way, after watching this shameful display of weakness from the mayor? Even more so, left-wing mayors have shown they're willing to lie to the detriment of their own people they govern just to make Trump look bad.
With a crowbar, they cranked open the warehouse, then applause raining down from an infuriated crowd. Tonight, thousands of Puerto Ricans suffering from the aftermath of powerful earthquakes just discovered there's an entire warehouse full of items donated following the wrath of Hurricane Maria. The cache of goods located just miles from the epicenter of the latest quake on Puerto Rico's southwest coast has been sitting there for nearly a year.
And the media will just go along with it without looking into the claims. Just look at the warehouses of food found in Puerto Rico after the people in charge claimed that Trump wasn't doing anything to help. That unfuckable lard-ass left-wing mayor sure as hell, though, found time to make a shirt while she let people die. This is one of those quote-unquote right-wing conspiracies that the media talks about all the time and eventually ends up being the truth. And CNN didn't even question her stories, so Jocko, I get trying to extend the olive branch, I really do, but it's been extended and smashed down so many times it's not worth it anymore. Oh, and by the way, Trump came back with this response, which was great, and you probably didn't see it because the entire news media would rather give you their interpretation of what Trump said instead of just letting you listen to what Trump said.
Before going further on this exciting day for all America in space, I want to say a few words about the situation in Minnesota. The death of George Floyd on the streets of Minneapolis was a grave tragedy. It should never have happened. It has filled Americans all over the country with horror, anger, and grief. Yesterday, I spoke to George's family and express the sorrow of our entire nation for their loss. I stand before you as a friend and ally to every American seeking justice and peace, and I stand before you in firm opposition to anyone exploiting this tragedy to loot, rob, attack, and menace. Healing, not hatred, justice, not chaos, are the mission at hand. The police officers involved in this incident have been fired from their jobs. One officer has already been arrested and charged with murder. State and federal authorities are carrying out an investigation to see what further charges may be warranted, including against, sadly, the other three. In addition, my administration has opened a civil rights investigation, and I have asked the Attorney General and the Justice Department to expedite it. I understand the pain that people are feeling. We support the right of peaceful protesters, and we hear their pleas. But what we are now seeing on the streets of our cities has nothing to do with justice or with peace. The memory of George Floyd is being dishonored by rioters, looters, and anarchists. The violence and vandalism is being led by Antifa and other radical left-wing groups who are terrorizing the innocent, destroying jobs, hurting businesses, and burning down buildings.
God damn it. We need to demand the fairness doctrine back. Finally, Jocko came out and talked about leading from the front. But watch this clip of the Minnesota mayor.
I'm the mayor of this city. And I do have to take responsibility here.
We can vote you out.
I've been coming to grips with my own brokenness in this situation, my own failures, my own shortcomings, and I know there needs to be deep-seated structural reform in terms of how the department operates. A systemically racist system needs to be revamped. The police union needs to be put in its place. We need to make sure that everything from the union contract to the way that the arbitration functions to the way that our officers and the culture in the department behave.
Give me that mic, give me that mic, give me that mic. Jacob Fry, we have a yes or no question for you. Hey!
Why would anybody trust this child-looking man to give a reasonable way forward? I get it. Jocko's views are coming from working with productive people, but these leftist retards we're talking about, I mean, from the moment Trump was elected, they decided they were going to act like screaming children for the next 8 years.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama.
It's ridiculous, equating the leftist idiots with reasonable people who can think critically. One last thing. I don't actually think either of them is an idiot. It's just my shtick being angry. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you want to support my channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Or don't. Like a true liberal, you do you, my dude.
Trigger warning. I exist. I love Trump. Hey, I'ma vote Trump 2020, Trump 2020. I'ma vote Trump 2020.